You fucked up my opening.
You fuck.
Welcome to. Yes, fuck Arnold. He has made no new Arnoldville comics.
Hey Arnold, the cartoon.
No, never mind. Welcome to a new episode of the Rebel Radio Podcast. This is Mark.
This is Matt.
This is Long, the Cobra Commander.
Cobra.
You have to roll your tongue and say Cobra.
I'm the new Cobra Commander, not that one.
Oh.
No, joking.
You're not the Joseph Gordon-Levitt Cobra Commander in that weird G.I. Joe movie they made.
Oh, yeah.
That was so bizarre, The Rise of Cobra.
Oh, that was a weird movie.
It was fucking strange. I'm like watching this, I'm like,
But
what does this have to do with G.I. Joe other than the names of the characters?
Sienna Miller in that black leather.
Oh, yeah.
Baroness.
Pretty good.
Which I'm kind of curious to see how this Snake Eyes movie is. You know?
Are they still doing that?
Yeah.
That's right.
They casted...
They did do some casting on it.
Yeah, but no one knows who they are.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah. So here we are.
How's y'all's weeks been?
Interesting.
Trying.
Man, it sounds like we've all had a tough to the nails to the wall weeks. And
It's not too bad, but not as emotionally testing as your week.
Of course.
I think I have that beat for probably the whole fucking year for most people.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But we're about 7 weeks away from 2020, and god damn it, hopefully it's better than 2019 it's been.
Yep.
You know, I would hope. But
Reno.
But we are trekking along on the podcast to episode 181 will be our 100th film, which we officially announced on Veterans Day this week with a little video announcement that we're going to do Saving Private Ryan for our 100th film. And the reason, for people that might be new listeners to the show, well, 181, that doesn't make sense. Well, we rebooted the show with episode 81.
Mm-hmm.
So it's when we turned it into a feature film podcast and with pop culture news. So 100 films will be 181. So we felt like doing something special. But we'll talk about more on that as we get closer to episode 181. But in the meantime, we did launch a Patreon. And we had 3 people in the first week. This week, we didn't have any new people join, but some of that was on my end, too. I didn't promote it as much, so I'm promoting it right here. But we do have a Patreon. Go to rebelradiopodcast.com and click that little P icon or hit where it says Patreon and join. A couple bucks a month, support the show. $5 a month, support the show, get you a bonus episode, a little bit more, and $15 a month, get you even more. And those bonus episodes will start in January of 2020. But there's quite a possibility that you Patreons will wake up around Christmas with something in your inbox. Did I just throw a hint out there?
Maybe.
Maybe I did. Maybe I did. You know, you have to sell the fucking thing. So, join the Patreon. You can't just say, join the Patreon, bitches. You have to sell it, you know?
Heck yeah, give them something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, by the time people hear this, the 2019 Houston H-Town Podfest will have happened. We plan on attending, unless things change in the next 24 hours. But we may be there for the Rebel Radio, or for the H-Town Podfest. And we'll have a full report on the next episode.
Yeah.
If we attend.
Yeah, if we can make it.
Yes, if we can make it. If we don't get sidetracked or other things or happen in life.
Are they banging at the doors on that Facebook group about the event on the Houston Podcast Alliance?
There's lots of banging. Apparently with the Astros stealing signs.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole other thing. But no, there seems to be an interest in it. There is on the
activity
on the Eventbrite group. It seems like there's some interest in the H-Town Podfest this year. So we'll see how that goes here in Houston in the H. Did you see that Marilyn Manson was hanging out in Houston the other day?
Really?
Yeah. I guess he was in town.
Sorry, Marilyn.
I was in town for something, and he was flashing the H sign sitting on the back of one of our local rappers. Like, you know, they call their cars a slab now.
A slab?
Slab
is that
culture?
I thought that was my whip.
No, it's not a new
That's
thing.
a whip.
That was a new thing. See, I don't know.
It's been around for at
I'm
least
not down with the lingo, man.
10, 15
you know?
years. Slab
Like
culture. It's
No.
local.
My
see.
whip. Whip
See, I
is
try to
slang
I try
for
to keep
car.
up with it,
Local
man, because I'm
group.
going to have teenagers soon, in
Yeah.
a few years. And, like, I didn't know, like now they'll text someone and they used to say, you down? Now they say you up, which means you want to hook up. You up?
No.
Yeah, that's what they say now.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Yeah.
Wow.
You have to know these things, Matt. You're going to have teenagers one day, too.
Do you ever hear some of the hip hop music with a super deep voice?
Barry White?
That's not hip hop.
I'm saying if you ever heard when you're randomly on the road and you hear that super loud, super low registry rap, that's slab. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, man, Long is fucking street,
I thought that was cut and screwed. I thought that was chopped and screwed.
That's the derivative from it.
Oh, okay.
Dude, Long with the street. That's why he said, what was his nickname today on the show?
Cobra Commander.
See? Fucking Long, the street G.
Oh, yeah.
Long is about as gangster as they come.
Dude, I was talking to Mark when we were hanging out after Misfit Toys about some of the stuff I seen in the inner city when I used to live there in Houston.
Yeah. Straight up street G right there, man. I'm telling you.
When I was a kid, I went to an elementary school in HISD. It was all black, 98% black students.
And one Asian dude.
Me, my sister, my sister, and a Hispanic dude who's Honduras. They were the only three minorities in the whole school, and it was like the students. This is like in 4th and 5th grade, and they were like, "Are you Mexican?" I was like, "No."
Yeah, you talking this bitch.
So it's like, but I know I'm Asian, man. Asian, like Chinese. It's like, yeah.
Wow.
It's like, these are the students, not the teachers.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh man, I just realized I dropped like 4 cuss words. We're doing a kid film today.
Oh, wow.
What happens
yeah.
if you make me fucking watch it? See, I just did it again. I'm totally blaming this on you.
Well,
I'm having fun with it.
The mythology of what we're talking about, is different. They definitely made this film G-rated.
We should reverse the order and do the feature first and do the download this second.
It's possible.
We could.
Because I've had an intense week, so there might be some colorful language with this episode. And then you made me watch this because I'm blaming you on this one, Matt, because we ran a poll on our...
He's going to run it again.
We ran a poll on our Twitter account.
I think we talk about this every week since then.
Where we said, let's pick our favorite Disney
Mark
movie,
has
guys.
resentment.
And me and Long pick classic Disney. Matt picks modern classic. And it fucking happens to win. So you made me watch this fucking movie.
It's entertaining.
So,
It is entertaining.
Yeah.
Formulaic,
so we will do the featured film first this week and save download this because we've got some big download this week with the Mandalorian hitting Disney Plus. Plus we're going to talk some Disney Plus and stuff like that. So let's reverse engineer the show today, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let's start with don't get any fucking bright ideas along like you won a battle. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know where I was going with that. You just threw me off here, yes. And sorry, I had a little indigestion there. So let's do the feature film this week first then.
Yeah.
Do things a little ass backwards.
Yeah. Bass backwards.
I have no strings to hold me down.
So Disney Plus has officially launched in the world. More on that here in just a little while. So we thought, let's do a Disney film. And a little foreshadow, we were actually going to do 2 weeks of Disney films. So we'll preview next week's film later. But so the poll, of course, won, and it was 1997's animated feature, Hercules.
Hercules.
And Matt, since you picked this movie, essentially, you can summarize it for the good folks at home, even though you summarized last week.
Yes, this is a very G-rated version of the mythology surrounding Zeus and Hercules. So they were able to take Zeus's promiscuousness and make it G-rated and make a family-friendly Hercules adaptation. It's very entertaining and incorporates the Broadway singings of some of the older depictions that were on stage at that time, and the songs are pretty entertaining, but it's follows Hercules
in the gospel style.
Yeah, in the gospel style, gospel truth. Very entertaining in that aspect, but Hercules becomes mortal because Hades wants to take over the world. So take over the world. James Woods is awesome in this film.
He is good in this movie.
You've got Danny DeVito, who trains Hercules. Hercules is pretty vanilla. He's white bread, but you've got people around him that are pretty interesting. James Woods, Danny DeVito, Susan Egan, who plays Megara. You've got Bobcat, who is a decent comic relief if you like.
Who played his compatriot again? It was someone very familiar. Pain and Panic. Was it Panic and Fear?
Pain and Panic. Yeah.
Pain and Panic. Who played his?
It's Bobcat, and I forget the other guy.
It's some very familiar name too.
Yeah.
Gosh, what was it?
So they fail to kill Hercules as a child. He ends up growing up, and Danny DeVito's character
Quick, someone call
trains him.
IXII.
Yeah, IXII. And you have Susan Egan, who's plays Megara, and she tries to seduce Hercules and twist him and find a weakness. Turns out his weakness is her because, cliche, he falls for the damsel in distress, and ultimately ends up thwarting Hades' plan to unleash the Titans, and he becomes a true hero by sacrificing his life to try and save Meg, but then chooses to stay on Earth.
Matt Frewer, that was the guy who played Panic.
Frewer. Is he in Police Academy 2?
No.
Like Bobcat? Well, Bobcat was in Police Academy 3.
I don't know if you're old enough to remember the Pepsi mascot-ish Max Headroom.
Oh yeah.
I guess not.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
that was the peak of his career.
Yeah.
Matt Frewer played Max Headroom, and yeah, go ahead and summarize. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, no, but that's about it, and it's you've got some cliche things in here. The romance is cliche. You know that the romance is gonna go the way it goes, and even I won't say I'm in love. It's too cliche. I won't say I'm in love.
Well,
Boom.
well.
Yeah, but you've got a lot of cool things in here. I think the animation could be better. Oh, he looks familiar.
Yeah.
I know he was.
Yeah.
The whole movie's cliche. It's very cookie cutter Disney.
Yeah, well, they had to make it kind of a Superman story to keep it G-rated.
I was going to say that too.
And that's my thing. Okay, when the MPAA redid their ratings in the 2000s, if this came out, this would be PG. I mean, there's a lot of undertones in this. I'm like, okay, when... And I would.
Oh, the Minotaur?
Well, then the Minotaur, then Hades says to her, you got to get the right curves, and he puts his hand on her body, and Meg has awfully freaking perkly titties.
Yeah, she does.
I can't help but look at the way they're drawn.
She's probably second to Jessica Rabbit as far as the animated films we've done.
Only I can pull that off whenever I watch a Disney movie. Think like, she's drawn well.
And I think the peculiar art style definitely reminds me of the classical Greece. The
yes.
base.
And
like a bunch of the old.
Well, they really liked this illustrator. He did the Wall album music video for Pink Floyd.
Why do you like this movie? Oh, I've been meaning to ask you. Why do you like it?
It came out whenever I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters with my whole family. Well, I say whole family. My mom, my dad, my sister. We went out. We bought some Hercules toys right afterwards. For Christmas that year, I got the computer game where you could fight the Hydra and everything. And you went through the training, and I even had like a little joystick controller.
So you liked it a lot when you first saw it.
I liked it a lot, and it stuck with me from a kid because. As a kid, who doesn't like Hercules? The strong, Greek character, and it was just cool seeing a super strong guy beat up on mythological beasts.
My biggest problem with this movie is when I was watching it is like, and okay, I say biggest problem because I don't think the movie's a bad movie, so I shouldn't say that. But my biggest problem is Hercules is so uninteresting in this movie.
He is.
It's like you don't even care. You care about what Hades is doing and Meg is doing, and Pain and the Panic. They're more exciting characters. Like Hercules is just sort of there,
and Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito. Hercules is just sort of there to
fill
in what he's supposed to do in the movie, but he's not interesting at all. Like you care more about the Little Mermaid Ariel than you do in her movie.
Oh yeah,
or Belle and the Beast than you do him at all. You just and that's the problem with this movie was made. Disney had their renaissance in the late 80s, early 90s with Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. And then they started falling back a little bit again. And this
Pocahontas.
This is that
Hunchback.
This is that era where they made like Treasure Planet, Atlantis, Hercules. They made The Emperor's New Groove. What people kind of call the cult status Disney films. They weren't as popular, but they did okay.
They're a notch below the classics. Right. Not too far below, but if you put
Mulan
King Triton,
was a bright spot in that.
Yeah, Mulan for sure. And she's kind of the same thing. Finding your identity. Hercules has to find his identity, his stolen identity. But yeah, you've got
not sure what the voice had to do.
To business and defeat
The Huns. Danny Osmond, great voice for Mulan. And then Christina Aguilera did the Does My Reflection Show?
But I can see how an 11-year-old would have this. Could have
Wait a
an
minute, is that
effect
from
on me.
Hercules?
No, Reflection? That's Christina Aguilera from Mulan. But, man, you take the songs are great. You know, he roared as thunderbolts, you know.
No,
I can think about 15 other Disney
I can
songs.
go
that
the
I have a
distance.
confession to make. I liked this movie a lot when it came out. When I saw it in the theaters, I like, for some reason, I don't know what mood I was in. I went to the theaters and just watched this by myself.
I don't think I saw this in theaters.
Hero to
I think I saw it
Zero.
on home video.
Yeah. On top of that, I saw it twice. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Who knows? I was bored. I don't know. But I liked it. I liked the humor in the movie. I also liked the Titans in it.
Yeah.
The design of the characters is well done.
Yeah.
I felt the color palette was a little too brownish. Like it just
With the
didn't-
normal
it didn't
people,
feel
yeah.
as colorful as a normal Disney movie. It felt like very brown and gold.
Yeah.
A lot of the movie.
Yeah, if you look at the
Kinda
gods,
like the ancient age. In
Yeah.
a way.
the gods are bright, the Titans are bright, everyone else is drawn kind of dull. Like they're colored like Ursula's like people that couldn't pay their debts, so they turned into poor unfortunate souls, and they're like these
yeah.
little weird looking
And the
creatures.
river Styx.
Yeah, they're kind
Or-
of yeah.
Are you talking about that scene?
I'm saying the people look that
are
way,
you
like
talking
they're
about
drawn that
Little Mermaid,
way.
Or are you talking about
Well, I'm saying they're drawn like those little, like, weird beast-looking things from Little Mermaid. To Mark's point, they're not very colorful. And compared to the gods, you look at the gods, they're glowing. And that's why they chose this illustrator, because he had a pretty interesting
I did like the style
palette. Yeah.
overall.
And they thought he would bring an edginess, because that's what they wanted. The Disney board said that they wanted edginess, and that's why they took this guy. But yeah, you can take these characters like Herc. You know, is he more interesting than Little Mermaid? No. You take King Triton. Is Zeus more interesting than King Triton? Not really. And in this movie, I think one of the things that kind of brings it down is everyone feels like they have to be funny, except Hercules. Everyone has to be a comedian.
Yes.
Every single line.
I still kind of chuckle whenever Zeus first appears in front of Hercules.
Oh yeah.
And
Hello, son.
big old speech. Hello, son. I've been looking for you.
A
It was
true
done by
hero.
the great Rip Torn.
Yeah.
Actually voiced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then where Hercules reacts by being scared.
Ah, puberty. I'm pubescent.
That has nothing to do with that.
That doesn't. Okay.
The humor, Matt. Come on, Matt. This is your favorite.
I mean, I already
movie.
said it had like she had huge animated titties in this.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Oh.
And
I've
yeah,
already
Megara.
ruined- I've already ruined the whole fucking movie.
It's like
I'm trying
so.
to keep things on the rails.
What-
here.
what-
No.
What happened with the Minotaur? Oh, you know, men. You say no, they think it means yes. You say get lost, they say take me. You think it means they think it means take me. I'm yours. And a lot of that kind of humor in here, though. I like her attitude.
Well, if
The
you know
sleazy-
your Greek, if you know your Greek mythology, Hades does end up having a wife through kidnapping.
Really,
Yeah, Persephone kidnapped Persephone. She ended up falling in love with Hades. Anyways, so
is this the best Hercules movie ever made?
no, the best Hercules movie to me was the one that starred Lou Ferrigno.
Oh yeah,
Lou Ferrigno.
that's
Has
funny.
there been a really great Hercules movie though made?
That's what I'm saying. Even
Even that Lou Ferrigno one was kind of bad.
Yeah.
Hercules in New York was better than the Lou Ferrigno one.
Well, no, the Lou Ferrigno one actually had monsters,
Yeah, that's right.
mechanical monsters.
Well, you had a dude in a bear suit and Italian music
the
playing.
closest thing we had to a real Hercules movie was Clash of the Titans. It didn't even have Hercules in it.
Yeah,
The original, you know.
Did they have Hercules in it? I thought that was Perseus.
It was Perseus. I say it didn't have Hercules in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was Perseus. But as far as this kind of story, mythology and stuff, that's probably the closest thing we've had,
Yeah.
you know, to that kind of movie.
I think this is the most entertaining Hercules movie ever made.
Yeah, it is. I'll give you that.
Well,
Now,
it's James Woods' favorite character he ever played.
Yeah.
Anytime Disney calls for him to do the voice again for any project, he comes back and does it.
he almost did this one for free, right? Because they ran into
He
budget
offered to turn
issues.
his money back in because of budget issues.
Yeah,
And Disney worked it out in the end and spent some more money in the film,
Really?
which they kind of regretted later on because it wasn't a huge box office hit.
Yeah.
It ended up being a bigger hit overseas and through home video made its money back. But initially it was deemed a failure at first
Oh,
for
wow.
American box office.
There was that. So I see the same character of Hades, played by James Woods in
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, because the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whoever writes those games must be on crack or doesn't know how to write basic storylines altogether. And I'm like wondering, man, I wonder what James Woods is thinking when he's, doing all these long-winded dialogues, as Hades. It's like, yeah. But anyways.
But yeah, this is definitely like Mark said, it's a cult classic. It's entertaining. It's definitely, I would put it's a B. It's not an A. It's definitely
Disney took a lot of flack for the Hunchback of Notre Dame and Pocahontas right before this.
Yeah.
As being too dark. And so they were trying to lighten things up with this film too and make it more musical, more fun.
Very upbeat.
Things like
Yeah.
that.
I've never seen Notre Dame.
Really?
It's pretty good.
It is pretty dark at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a dark story in general.
Yeah.
The story of the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
And, yeah, it's definitely...
That's a weird movie to do.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I said that I would definitely think that this isn't a top 10 Disney film.
No, it's not top 10.
It's entertaining for its time. I was gonna be a little harsher to it, but I'm being nice because I think there's
There's
parts
a lot of redeeming elements in it.
Yeah.
I think in the end it works for what it does. I think it's one of those movies where I feel like the songs in it though they're not bad, but I didn't feel like they were necessary in the movie. I feel like they were filler. Does that make sense? Like I felt like if you watch a movie like Frozen or The Jungle Book, the songs drive the plot. In this film, I just felt like the songs were kind of filler.
I'd rather watch Hercules than watch Tarzan, to be quite honest.
Disney Tarzan?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
only saw that one like one time. Yeah.
You had Phil Collins that did the soundtrack, though, for that movie.
Well, that was only because
That's one reason not to watch Tarzan.
Really?
And
You don't
another
like
reason
Phil Collins?
is Rosie O'Donnell's in it.
Is she in it?
Yes, she is.
Who does she play?
She plays one of the gorillas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the small gorilla, right?
She's the gorilla with the pompadour.
No. I don't like Rosie O'Donnell because of the
I just don't like her
anthem.
voice.
Whenever she purposely messed up the Star Spangled
that was
Banner.
years ago.
And she ruined Betty from Flintstones.
Oh, yeah, she did.
That is the wrong person to be playing Betty.
But
Anyways.
I'm not so sure this was a great pick to do for our first Disney animated film. The week of Disney Plus came out. There's probably better choices. But, we allow Matt to use his burner accounts and win the poll.
One burner
I'm gonna
account.
Put that down. He says it's one. I have
One.
Pinocchio.
One burner account.
Snow White. Cinderella.
What? Just curious. What is
Sleeping
y'all's
Beauty.
favorite Disney movies ever? Just a couple of them off the top of your head.
Ooh.
Like me, I love The Jungle Book. I can watch that movie all the time, and that's probably my absolute favorite. And
The one that to me from
I do like Pinocchio too.
quality wise, and critically speaking, that I agree with the critics. Sleeping Beauty. They have a great dragon scene at the end of it. Pinocchio, that's a good one.
I think Beauty and the Beast is maybe my favorite because you have Gaston.
I like Aladdin. Robin Williams really.
Oh, yeah.
He's a master in that one.
Yeah, Aladdin's in there.
So a lot of those '90s ones for me are like I like them, but I was in high school at the time, then going to college, so I wasn't that in tune with them. They were a bit. I was a little too old for them by the time they came out. It's not that I don't hate them. I just like,
I happened to watch Aladdin because there was a party going on and they needed to entertain the kids. And
Do you trust me?
I was like, huh,
Do you
I'm
trust
bored. There's nothing to do. I might as well watch it, that sort of thing. So Aladdin was pretty good.
Yeah.
But no, the ones that I grew up on were Pinocchio. That was a big deal when they released it out of the vault.
Right. I remember that used to be a
Video.
big deal back in the day.
Yeah, every 7 years.
Yeah.
Dumbo was another one.
Dumbo.
Yeah. Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Does that count? Well, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Disney movie.
It's not animated.
Spoonful of
Disney, but it's
sugar.
classic.
Animated enough. Yeah. The songs in Mary Poppins are catchy.
Yeah, I watched that a lot as a kid. My mom liked that movie a lot, so I've seen Mary Poppins
Yeah.
several times.
My favorite scene was the chimney sweep scene. The big,
Oh, yeah.
The big dance number.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the fireworks. How about you, Matt? Anything?
I would say Beauty and the
throw
Beast
on?
and Aladdin.
Emperor's New Groove?
I'm not a huge fan of
You
Emperor's
like
New
that
Groove.
one? I like that one a lot.
I did like Pocahontas. I liked Pocahontas. I like some of the new stuff. I like Moana.
Poker hot ass.
I think Moana's pretty good as far as
Yeah.
the newer stuff. And the newer
Moana is excellent.
The newer stuff also is gets compared to Pixar a lot because it's owned by Disney.
Yeah.
And they're two separate studios, but yet they're both a part of that Disney magic.
Yeah.
And I think ever since post Toy Story, people get lost in what's Disney and what's Pixar
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're the same studio,
Yeah.
yet they're different.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, you
Well,
know.
it's two different studios.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, but yeah, for the modern stuff, I think Moana is really good.
I got one. Lilo and Stitch.
Oh.
I've only seen that like one time.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a great movie. To me, it is. I just love how
Oh,
they.
Sword in the Stone. I forgot about
Yeah.
that one.
I like the Black Cauldron. That's
Yeah.
underrated.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they implemented the Hawaiian music
Yeah.
along with the Elvis, along with it too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Elvis songs. I like a lot of the Elvis song choices they picked. The Black Cauldron I saw once, and I remember, wow, I saw it as an adult. It's like, man, this is pretty dark.
Yeah, it's one of the
pretty
darker
mature.
films.
No dance numbers, I
yeah.
don't recall.
But
But it was
Ooh,
such a
The
good
Rescuers
movie
Down Under.
story-wise.
I liked Rescuers Down Under.
Rescuers Down Under. That's pretty good too. That's the movie
Great
that
Balls
helped,
of Fire.
That's the movie that helped started the whole Renaissance. Those Rescuers Down Under.
Ooh, Robin Hood. You remember Robin Hood?
the old
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That was
Fox.
okay.
It was okay.
It was okay. I liked it.
Sword
It's one of their
Stone.
lower rated films, actually. The Robin Hood. If
Yeah.
you look at a lot of top Disney lists, it's usually towards the bottom.
I like whenever the archery part of it when he's splitting the arrows.
The Great Mouse Detective. That's a good one. I like that.
But,
Oh, yeah.
Disney's fixing to make $1 gazillion again with Frozen 2 in theaters in a couple weeks.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the first Frozen movie.
Frozen is good. Frozen's actually very good.
Ratatouille.
No, that's Pixar.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. What else
Yeah.
is there? Oh, it's
Big Hero 6 was Disney a couple
Yeah.
years ago. That was
Yeah.
good.
DuckTales, the movie.
I really like Wreck-It Ralph quite a bit.
Wreck-It Ralph was
I
awesome.
really love
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph.
I didn't like the sequel.
Sequel was not as good.
It just tried to push more
Yeah,
Wreck-It Ralph
but I
out.
really liked the first one. Yeah,
Give me back my medal.
well, the second one just felt like they were trying to cash in and how many more jokes can we make about Ralph in the real world and stuff like that. Yeah, it didn't work as well.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the whole social media aspect of it either.
Yeah,
Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound's good.
Yeah.
but if we had to rate this film,
Oh,
that we
Oliver
did
and
today,
Company. I like that.
B.
would be
It's a B. Solid B.
probably a little more harsh on than you. I'd probably give it like a B minus.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't like
Yeah.
it
I give it a B.
quite as much as y'all.
Solid
I liked
B.
Mulan.
I
Mulan was
felt like
pretty
if it
epic.
had-
Oh yeah.
I felt like if Hercules had a stronger main character that was Hercules, I would have liked the movie more. I just felt like he was just sort of there in his own movie. And maybe that's
Yeah.
a little harsh on being a kid's film, but
No, that's fair.
you watch a movie called Hercules, it should be about Hercules, and it just feels like he's just there to be there. It just didn't
This
feel like
is-
it was enough
yeah.
of his movie.
Well, this is the movie that where the supporting cast carried the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
Yeah.
And,
But
yeah.
Carrie
James
did, but
Woods. Yeah.
redeemed it quite a bit. There's a lot of great redeeming moments.
Yeah.
Quick,
So-
someone call IXII. Jeepers, mister.
Cheapers,
I didn't even
mister.
pick up James Woods exactly halfway
I
through
was
the movie. He
going
says,
for
relax, y'all, it's only halftime. He
Yeah.
says it exactly halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
And he apparently ad-libbed a lot of his lines in the film, too.
Yeah.
So,
Remember when all the kids were named? Oh no, I can't do the Bobcat now. I sound like Kermit the Frog.
Bobcat. I don't know. I've always felt that guy really annoying. I don't know.
I think he peaked in Police Academy.
Yeah. Did he ever really peak, though? That guy?
I mean, the peak of his career
Yeah,
was Police
that's probably
Academy.
it.
Weird voice. But
So now, that was our feature. I'm thrown off now. We're doing things backwards.
yeah,
It's all fucked me up. So we're done with the feature film. Where do we go from here? Normally it's the news.
yeah.
But
We're gonna talk about what we
or
downloaded.
we could really fuck
streamed.
things up and do the news, then do download this.
No, let's only fuck it up a little bit. Let's not foobar it, Mark.
Yeah, it's not completely
Not beyond recognition.
So-
That's unexplored territory.
Yeah.
Download this where we normally do at the beginning of the show, and we tell people what we watched, streamed, and checked out this week. And obviously we're going to talk to Mandalorian in a minute because that's the big one this week. But let's talk a little bit about what we watched this week besides the Mandalorian and Disney Plus hit, of course. The only really extra thing I watched this week was I watched the first episode of the Toys That Made Us hit today. I
Nice.
did watch the Ninja Turtles episode because I was like really excited for that one, and I learned some stuff I didn't know about how the Ninja Turtles got started. Thought it was cool. They kind of beat around the bush a little bit on the Eastman and Laird split, because they make it sound like that split happened a little bit later in their careers, but they actually haven't really been amicable with each other since the early 90s, because he never really wanted to sell the Turtles, but but they say beat around that a little bit. But it's a documentary; you're going to change some things.
Yeah.
But that's a good show, man. They got wrestling, more Power Rangers, and My Little Pony are the 4 episodes this season. And then they have a spinoff coming. There's a spinoff coming next month called The Movies That Made Us.
Oh yeah.
And the only one I know that's definitely genre related, that things we talk about, there is a Ghostbusters episode.
Oh, nice.
For The Movies That Made Us. So that should be cool. Yeah, that's really the only thing extra I watched this week besides...
there was one I forgot to mention I watched a couple weeks ago. Dolomite Is My Name. I saw that. It's a great movie. Especially if you can relate to... This is definitely Eddie, one of his best roles. He's such an earnest character.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays a character named Rudy Ray Moore, who creates his persona called Dolomite. And Wesley Snipes is amazing in this movie. Well, not amazing, but he's just awesome. You forgot.
I've been kind of wanting to watch it. I just haven't.
You forget how a versatile actor Wesley Snipes is. As an
Watch
actor.
him as in Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah, he wasn't too Wong Fu yet.
Yeah,
but of recent years, I always thought of him as an action hero. And he could play action. Yeah, and he could play comedy, and he could play drama. I mean, that's how good Wesley Snipes is. You forget how good he is when then watching Dolomite reminds you of how good of an actor Snipes is. But yeah, Eddie Murphy just plays a character who's done the whole entertaining the club scene, and he wants to be noticed. He wants to put everything he has into becoming famous, and then the people around him are supporting him. And what's great about his character is that he brings his close circle of friends up with him. So he doesn't walk over the people that are trying to support him at all. He's like, he's pretty earnest about it. And he says, he's putting his all into it, and he's trying to get his friends to be elevated along with him. And that's such a great angle to go at a biopic like that. And you don't really see it like those kind of movies. It's like, it's always the supporting character says, no, you can't do that, no, you can't do that, and then the main character's always saying, watch me, I'll prove you all wrong, no. Mm-hmm. But in Dolomite, it's more like, hey, I'm gonna try to do this, help me. And it's like, yeah, we'll help you. Okay, cool, let's do it. And it's a really cool movie. I highly recommend if you want to watch something that's not cynical or whatever, and see Eddie Murphy at his best as far as acting is concerned. I think he deserves at least an Oscar nomination or a Golden Globe nomination for acting. And
I don't have this in the news, but it's a brief thing. I saw that Netflix bought the rights to make Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's
Netflix,
cool.
So I guess Dolomite must have been a success for him so far.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes.
But let's face it, Beverly Hills Cop 3 didn't do very well at the box office, so Paramount probably started thinking, maybe we should sell this film elsewhere. And apparently they sold it to Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Eddie Murphy will do on his stand-up tour. Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun to watch.
You ever seen any of his old stuff?
I've seen some of his old stuff.
It's so funny. I still think they're funny, but a lot of it. But anyways, what else did I watch? On Disney Plus, I watched a couple of some of my favorite scenes from a lot of Disney movies. The Black Hole is one of them, and what else? The Simpsons. A couple of classic Simpsons episodes. Mm-hmm. One is Marge's Fear of Flying. It's one of my favorites for some reason. And then, I want to play Diablo 3.
You need to watch I'm Furious Yellow. That's my favorite Simpsons episode.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
That's whenever Homer gets mad and he beats up stuff and then he rips off his shirt and he gets mad in traffic, and the comic book guy's like, oh my god, it's the Hulk, and Stan Lee's there, and he's like, he's not the Hulk, I'm the Hulk, and he tries the Hulk out. He's like, never mind.
But what was it about, though? Wasn't it about
Homer getting mad and choking Bart.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool. The horror
All of
episodes.
them are good. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the first one that they did with the brain eating brains zombies one. Oh, and then whenever Maggie shot Mr. Burns, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting.
How about you, Matt?
Yeah. So yeah, I rewatched Ghostbusters. Watched the
Two?
first Ghostbusters. No, not two.
Oh, okay.
First one.
One.
Yeah, and then I watched the Austin Powers trilogy. Yep, did that.
Which of those three is your favorite?
Ooh, the second
I
one.
thought you went to the movies.
I did that too. I also saw Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
Yep, I liked it. I thought it
I heard
was.
it was really good.
It was really good. And
Too bad Midway made it.
yeah, I know. I was surprised. And then I rented Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
How was
and
that one?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I was entertained.
Liked it? Just liked it? Or
I think
that sounds like a B to me.
no, it was pretty scary. I think it does rely on the jump scare a little bit, but the makeup and stuff that was done for some of those characters was pretty good.
Well,
Yeah.
it's PG-13, so they're not going to make it 2.
Yeah, man. If it was rated R, I think they could have done.
Books are from kids' books.
Yeah, I read all 3, and I even bought the first one to read to Jake, and I did read the "Where's My Toe" one to Jake, and then my wife
jump
found
scare
out.
him.
Yeah, you have it. You have. Yeah, because my dad did that to me. My dad, same thing.
So Disney Plus hit this week. Global launch on Tuesday. Little small glitches throughout the day, but for the most part, a fairly smooth launch. They claim to have 2 million. Well, it wasn't global because it's not out in England. I shouldn't say that.
I don't recall.
Mostly just North America.
Yeah.
But they claim to have 2 million subscribers already in the first 48 hours.
Is that including shared accounts?
Well,
I think they
no, because if you share an account, they say separate subscribers. They can look at subscriber numbers.
Oh, okay.
Whether you share it or not. But yeah, so far, before we get into the Mandalorian, I find it to be a pretty good, smooth service. Nice graphic work done on it.
Stable.
Seems stable. Someone said some of the bigger... I was reading the chief complaint that some of the series that have multiple episodes that doesn't have a keep watching thing, like on Netflix. So you have to go back and find what episode you left off on.
Oh, boo.
Oh.
First world
And,
problems.
First world
But
problem.
this thing is pretty loaded, and it's not even maybe a quarter of the Disney library, or the Marvel library, or any of the Fox stuff they bought. Because really, the only Fox stuff on there
I wonder if Sky High is in
The Simpsons.
Oh, Sky High.
The Simpsons is on there, and
all 30 seasons.
and a few other Fox movies and things. But there's not a lot of Fox stuff on there yet. They say that's all coming in the next wave. Of course, a lot of the rated R Fox movies they plan on keeping on Hulu. They said,
Yes, it is.
but.
Nice.
Man, it's got some great Marvel stuff on it. Old school Marvel cartoons. Spider-Woman, Silver Surfer, the old Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and his friends.
Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. The Spider-Man 1981 cartoon. I'm curious why the 1960 Spider-Man cartoon's not on there yet. I'm hoping they get that on there eventually.
Yeah.
Old Yeller's in it.
Oh, Old Yeller?
You ever
Yeah.
seen that movie?
Yep.
Lots of classic Disney movies on this thing.
Pollyanna.
For was it $6 a month, $7 a month, whatever it is. It's well worth it.
Yeah.
If you know,
Herbie the Love Bug.
and
Oh, yeah.
The
I don't,
original one.
you know,
Yeah, not fully loaded.
Netflix is a little worried, but the more I think about it, Netflix shouldn't worry too much
No.
for now, because this is mostly Disney stuff, and the original content's going to be Disney focused. Netflix can still get a lot of original stuff of their own to put on there. So, I think there's room for both major services.
I can tell you who's worried. WWE Network.
But
I'm sorry.
WWE.
I'm not sure what that had to do with anything.
So it's a subscribing service, so who's going to pay $10 to watch pro wrestling?
Guys who drink Mountain Dew watch wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Mountain Dew. That's pretty specific.
I tell you that I stopped supporting it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
No, you didn't.
I'm just saying.
I did. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Sure.
Guys like Frank are
Except
gonna
for this
support the
this
WWE Network. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyways, moving
So-
on. Moving on.
Any else, if you feel so far so good about Disney Plus?
I like it.
Yeah.
Stable.
Yeah,
As long as they don't do anything like Hulu's interface, I'm happy.
yeah, it's worth having. And of course, we're getting some original content on there. They have a Jeff Goldblum show on there.
Oh, I saw that.
Live action Lady and the Tramp film, which I'll probably watch for the kids at some point.
I heard the Imagineering documentary is pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that was good. Of course, Star Wars, The Mandalorian is on there. To tide us over until The Rise of Skywalker comes out and until Clone Wars Season 7 comes out. And eventually the Obi-Wan Kenobi television series. So the first 2 episodes of Mandalorian are already out. Now Disney's doing things a little different. They're releasing their shows weekly instead of all at once like Netflix. And so we have to wait over the 8 or 9 weeks. I think Mandalorian's 9 episodes, I think.
8.
Is it 8? But we got the first 2 in the first week. And so this is pretty badass so far.
It is.
You know, I think that's the best way to describe The Mandalorian so far.
I like it a lot.
It takes place about 6 years after Return of the Jedi, with the title character simply known as the Mandalorian, played by Pedro Pascal, and he's this is basically a western set in the Star Wars universe in a lot of ways. A lone gunman going through hunting bounties essentially and making a living.
And this second episode felt like a samurai movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
very lone wolf and cubbish type.
Yeah.
And there's so much to love about this. There's so much Star Wars little moments in it that as longtime fans, you're just kind of smiling gleefully at different things. There's a nice twist at the end of the first episode, which I don't want to spoil yet. Maybe next week when we review episode 3, we'll spoil that twist because give people time to watch it. I'm very curious where that twist is going to go and what it all means and everything. There's a lot of throwbacks in this, the prequels. I mean, the Mandalorian flies around in a Republic gunship, which is kind of cool. So his armor, looks like a mix of different armors. That's why people are still convinced that maybe it's Fett. Who knows? Maybe,
I hope it's not.
Maybe there's a twist down the road, or maybe there's not.
Although there are some Eagle-eyed fans that noticed that Fett might be standing in one of the backgrounds.
Well, to go even further on that, though, there's several Mandalorians in the background. There's images out there with 3 or 4 different characters that look like different Boba Fett's.
Wow.
So if you really look closely, there's Mandalorians in several background scenes, which I didn't even pick up on and people found.
Yeah.
Though I think my only small beef with this show is the first episode. I didn't really like the first bounty he picks up that has to go use a bathroom and all that. I didn't really like that guy. So he was almost Star Trek-ish for me. No offense to Star Trek, because I know you love Trek. Yeah. But he was almost too Trek-ish for me, and I got to use a bathroom. We've never had anybody use a toilet in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little weird. Yeah. But it didn't ruin it for me or anything. And then, I'm not a huge fan of the music in the show.
You know what would have made that alien better? I was thinking about this while rewatching it. I think if he had spoken
a different language, maybe.
Yeah, that would have been a lot better.
Yeah, it was the voice or something.
Like,
and then
subtitle that thing.
And I'm still kind of getting used to the music. It's so different for Star Wars.
I like it personally.
It's just, I don't know. It's taking me some getting used to. I kind of keep waiting for the sprawling symphonies of Star Wars to come in, and it's not coming in. The cinematography is fantastic in the show. Really well shot. David Filoni shot the first episode. And I can't remember the name of the guy who did the second episode. And
Jon Favreau.
I know.
Favreau.
Well, Favreau wrote the second episode.
No, he did direct it too.
I just watched today. He didn't say he directed it.
Yes, he did direct it.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, look it up.
I know he did.
Sure, it wasn't Takiti Walulu.
He did the season finale.
Oh, okay.
Jon Favreau directed it.
Favreau. It's like Favre, but Favreau.
You're right. He didn't direct it.
Rick Famuyiwa.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what I was gonna say.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Television is a writer's medium anyway, so Jon Favreau wrote it.
In the second episode, like you said, it's almost like a samurai movie. As
Directors don't matter on TV.
He's trying to get his bounty back to his ship, and he's getting attacked by scavengers. We get to see some Trandoshans in a really cool fight sequence. Then the Jawa strip his ship, and he has to get his stuff back by getting this egg of this creature that Jawas want.
That was crazy.
A brutal little fight.
Yeah, and it was a brutal fight.
And the second big twist of the show comes in this moment, which, again, I'm going to say spoiler-free for this week's review, as his asset helps him out in a way that's unexpected. Or maybe expected if you're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
We're just...
I expected it.
Yeah. And predictable. No, I'm joking.
So, but it's definitely I like some of the humor in this. They pull it off really well, where it's not corny, but it works. Like, there's 4 of us to you're 1. He goes, I like those odds. I like that kind of Clint Eastwood-ish type of bounty hunting type humor.
Yeah.
There's a really funny moment in the second episode. I just watched it. I already forgot what it was. So.
Those Jawas, man. I was just shaking my head, man. Those fucking Jawas.
They're annoying little
They're
pricks.
little bastards. I was laughing my butt off when I saw them getting disintegrated. Mm-hmm. I was just like, this is so awesome to watch them die.
You know what's bizarre? Think about this too.
Sadistic, I know.
It's the first Star Wars project that's actually shot in the U.S. This is all being done on sound stages in California. Most of it.
wow.
Good.
Yeah, it's not.
Looks like a movie, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like a movie, but there's no location shooting for this. So it's kind of weird that it's the first Star Wars project we've ever had that's shot right here in not our backyard, but here in the United States, because most Star Wars stuff's all shot overseas and stuff. Mm-hmm. And Matt, you've been quiet. What's your thoughts so far on The Mandalorian?
I agree with you that it's very much like a Western. I think there's a lot of questions that are hopefully going to be answered. And I like the Carbonite. I like Carl Weathers' character for as little as he had in there. It looks like he's going to...
I have a feeling he'll be back around.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to cast a guy like Carl Weathers and not have him in it some more.
Yeah. I like the... I don't want to spoil anything either, but I like the droid that was in there in the first episode.
The IG-11.
IG-11.
That's not too big of a spoiler. We just don't want to give away the big twist.
Yeah, I thought it was... I thought that shooting scene was really cool.
It was cool. It was it was really cool.
Yeah, the way that they animated IG-11, I thought that was just badass.
Yeah.
And then the way, just his banter between him and the Mandalorian, we'll split the reward. That is acceptable.
And he's like, I'll self-destruct. No, don't self-destruct.
Yeah.
And now, I think it was Taika Waititi that did the voice for IG-11, I remember.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was like...
He kept wanting to self-destruct. It's like, capture is imminent.
It was like 2 rival cowboys going back and forth. It reminded me a little bit, when he did for a few dollars more, the banter between Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef. It's a little bit like that. Very much a Star Wars Western. As a Star Wars fan, this is something that I always wanted him to do something like this. Kind of an underground, see the underworld type deal of the Star Wars universe, not Jedis and space battles. See a little bit more of those backwards. One thing I loved about the beginning of Rogue One, those first 20 minutes, where it was all like, Cassian's like doing dirty business in the streets of the city.
Yeah,
I wanted to see something like this in Star Wars, and that's what we're getting with The Mandalorian, and it's wonderful so far. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. I've seen people say things like, "Oh, Star Wars is back." Well, first off, Star Wars never went anywhere, people.
That's right.
Those are just those Last Jedi haters that just keep wanting to stirring that pot. It is, but at the same time, I would agree that it does feel fresh. Yeah. Because it's not the Skywalker saga. It's not tied in with all that we're so used to being tied into for so long. Even the Clone Wars cartoon and Star Wars Rebels are still tied into the prequels. So this is a territory that we haven't had at all post Return of the Jedi. We've had it with Force Awakens. That's 30 years later, so it's far away enough removed from Return of the Jedi that's not as connected. Yeah. So I think that does make this feel very, very fresh. And I think that's what's exciting about it. And I do wish the episodes were a little bit longer. The first episode's 39 minutes. The second episode's like 33. And that's probably another small beef.
Commercial free, though.
Yeah, they are commercial free.
Yeah, that's true.
But Netflix shows are commercial free. They were 45 minutes to an hour. So
But sometimes you gotta admit, though, sometimes some Netflix shows, they go a little too long.
Sometimes.
Too many episodes,
Yeah.
So
I think
I'd rather have meaningful minutes than fluff. Because a lot of Netflix shows have fluff. Like, Daredevil takes a while to get going at times. So...
Yeah.
That's just my small...
I can see that.
Tidbit.
Yeah, this is definitely much more of an action, quick-paced show.
Yeah.
I thought the first episode... I watched the first episode twice because the pacing did feel a little quick for me. And the second time I watched it, I was able to pick up on things.
Are you okay over there?
I was fixing a burp. I don't want to burp in the microphone. So I was holding it in there. I'm all right, though.
Then you're getting those words or fighting
I'm fighting. It is almost 11 o'clock at night. I've been up since 5, so, I'm fighting through this.
Nice.
I'm all right. So,
good.
But the Mandalorian might be worth your $6 a month alone if you're a Star Wars fan.
Is it 6 or 7?
Seven, whatever.
$6.99.
I don't fucking remember. I was signing up day one no matter what.
Yeah, you know
I didn't
what?
care.
$7 is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's more coming. I mean, we got the Falcon and Winter Soldier. We got the Loki TV series.
Yeah.
The Hawkeye TV series. There's so much that's going to be on this.
Division.
That's going to be worth. I think it's going to be worth watching in the end. You know,
What If? Did you see some of those tidbits?
Yeah.
Sneak peeks on the What If.
Mm.
You know, they showed the Peggy Carter with the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
And Steve Rogers has his own Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be neat.
Yeah. Agent Carter is on here. I never did finish watching that. It was on ABC. It's on Disney Plus.
It's only 2 seasons, was it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it didn't run very long. But I heard it was really good, though, when it was on. So,
Who knows? They might continue it. Who knows?
Yeah. But very much worth getting Disney Plus if you don't have it. And so that's our major, super extended version of Download This week. The premiere of Disney Plus and Star Wars The Mandalorian. And, one more thing on The Mandalorian. Why does it not say in a galaxy a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away at the beginning of it?
Boom.
Every single Star Wars thing starts with that. Why does this not?
Except for Star Wars, a Solo story.
It had a long time ago in a galaxy far away at the beginning.
Solo?
Maybe that was Rogue One.
They all had it. They all had it.
No.
They all have it.
Well, I could bring up the app right now.
Guarantee you,
they all
one or both of those anthology films did not have a crawl.
None of them had a crawl, but they all said a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I'm
not talking a crawl. I'm saying just that simple title card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a long time ago.
They all have it. And it bugs me. That's a Star Wars staple.
Yeah.
It should have been on there right after the Lucasfilm logo.
Yeah.
And that's my one thing. Why is that not on The Mandalorian? That should be on there. Even the Clone Wars episodes had it on there. Well, the episodes had the little moral free chips.
Oh, it did. Rogue One had it.
Yeah. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a small beef, but Star Wars, it should be on there.
Let the past die.
Let the past die.
Fuck that. It should be on there. Okay? Alright, well, let's do some news. Okay? Speaking of Disney Plus, Robert Downey Jr. is going to come back and voice Iron Man for the What If series. Which we kind of knew this already, but I guess they made it official this week with the launch of Disney Plus. Which I hope this means maybe other actors will follow suit. It'd be nice to have Chris Evans back and stuff. And
voiceover.
It gives it a continuity, and you may not make this, but like kids watching it, that's important. They want to hear those voices.
Yeah,
the characters they watch. It'll be cool to them to say, "Oh, that sounds like Iron Man." So I think that's a cool thing. It gives us some continuity. It should be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to that What If animated series.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I hope they adapt some of the old comics from the 80s and stuff and do some of those cool storylines. That should be pretty neat. So that must be pretty much full in production. They're announcing Downey doing a voice. I wonder if that comes out sooner than we're expecting it.
Not sure.
So we'll see. Black Adam finally has release date. December of 2021.
I'm doing my best not to roll my eyes.
The Rock is still planning on playing Black Adam.
He's going to oil himself up. Black Adam.
My biggest thing with this is like, I get like why they did a Joker movie, but I'm not sure why we're getting a Black Adam movie. Why was Black Adam just not in the Shazam?
Because The Rock doesn't know his comic books.
Why would the Black Adam just not be in the Shazam movie?
Hear me out.
That would have made sense.
What if Marvel has their Avengers, but DC is going to go with the Legion of Doom, and they're going to create a bad guy force?
Nah, because Joker has nothing to do with the DC universe.
Admittedly, DC does have kind of the interesting rogues gallery.
No, it's true, but like, I just feel like The Rock wants so badly to be in a superhero movie. That's why he made Hobbs and Shaw, and that's why he's making this movie.
How long has he been talking about this?
That's what I'm saying. It's just, for me, it's like,
at least
I don't think
6
he
years.
really cares. I think he just wants to be in a superhero movie so bad that he's finding whatever means he can to get this Black Adam movie made. And I wouldn't be surprised if it sucks, because I just don't see the point in it without Shazam in it. You could do a Joker movie without Batman, because the Joker's a powerful enough villain, and Joaquin Phoenix is a good enough actor. But The Rock, I just don't. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this
charisma.
He does, but I'm still trying to figure out where they're going with this movie.
Who knows?
So we'll see.
Who knows? I try my best not to roll my eyes.
So this is interesting. They're still making this Uncharted movie with Tom Holland in the lead as Nathan Drake.
Tom Holland as Nathan Drake.
And then, well, here's the thing: Mark Wahlberg, who looks more like Nathan Drake, might play Sully, which makes no sense.
What?
I always pictured like
People want Nathan Fillion to play.
Well, they wanted Fillion to play Sully.
Not Sully.
I mean, play Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
I could see Mark Wahlberg as Nathan Drake. He's not my. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's my favorite actor, but I can see Wahlberg in the part. When I think of Sully, I think of like, I don't know, Jeff Bridges or Sam Elliott, some old guy with great hair.
Jeff Bridges.
You know, I don't see Mark Wahlberg as Sully. But he's circling the project.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is one of those
It's a
movies.
video game movie.
Yeah, I love the games. Uncharted are great games, but I think it's time to like.
And Sony's making it?
Yeah, it's like, let's not do this.
Yeah. They had their chance.
So one more bit of Star Wars news. So, you know, the original films are on Disney Plus. First time they've ever been available streaming. They allowed Disney claims that Lucas made this change right before they bought the films. They changed the Greedo scene again. Where Greedo now says something like McClunky or something as he gets shot.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a long time running joke at Lucasfilm. And Lucas put this in there before he handed over the final versions of the films to Disney. And I haven't gone in and watched it yet. It doesn't really change the scene. I guess Greedo still shoots first in this version, but they just add a little bit of extra
and
humor.
Han Solo next
Yeah.
moves unnaturally.
Yeah, so we'll see. So Lucas still touring with his films. You know, another thing on Disney Plus I think was cool. Did y'all notice the extra scenes? Like a lot of the things had extras on like there's deleted scenes for Endgame on there that aren't on the Blu-ray apparently.
Oh wow,
that's cool.
And there's a lot of things that have featurettes. I thought that was a cool feature that they added to Disney Plus. So pretty cool there. But that's all the news I had. Unless it was kind of
is there a clause for selling when Lucas sold the Star Wars property? Was there a clause to say that Disney's not allowed to release the original cuts?
Apparently so. That's been the rumor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he wants his special editions. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
But you can bootleg them.
Yeah.
There's pretty decent Blu-rays out there, the original trilogy uncut that you can get for pretty not too expensive, and they look pretty nice. So, but I don't know. I'm one of the few people that's okay with the special editions.
Did you hear the Life Day reference?
Yeah, the Life Day reference.
Yeah.
And Jon Favreau apparently is very serious about wanting to do a Star Wars holiday special for next year. That he wants to do a modern holiday. Hey,
That'd be pretty funny.
It can't be worse than the original.
No, he can't.
You can't make it cheesy.
Well, he could.
You put Mark Hamill singing on.
Yeah, but there's no way it can be worse than the original. The original is one of the worst things ever made with Star. Well, probably is the worst.
I died a little
Star Wars
watching it personally.
It's
because I died of cringe.
Cringe.
Yeah. You ever cringed so hard you're like, oh god.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get a new Star Wars holiday special next year.
Maybe so.
But well, let's preview next week's movie before we get out of here this fine day, afternoon, morning, whenever you're listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
But we're going to stick with Disney for one more week at least and talk a classic that was quite a favorite of mine as a kid. I really liked this movie growing up. And that is the original Tron.
It begins in this world, on this side of the video screen, and plunges into a micro-universe that lives and breathes beyond the boundaries of imagination. The world of Tron. His video game designs have been stolen.
No, actually, I'm trying to get some solid evidence together.
The Master Control program has the proof.
You're still looking for that old file.
I put it in my memory.
And there's only one place it could be hidden.
Come on, big fella, let's see what you got.
I'm gonna have to put you on the game, Brett.
Inside the computer itself. Trapped.
Okay.
On the other side of the screen, a computer genius is forced to play his own video games with more than a high score at stake.
I want him in the games until he dies playing.
On the other side of the screen, it all looks so easy.
And even this ace of the arcade isn't ready to challenge them from the inside. Tron, an astonishing adventure odyssey that allows the eye to behold what only the imagination can reveal. Tron, its world awaits on the other side of the screen.
I don't like this movie as much as I did when I was a kid, but I still like it. It's just it's one of those movies that when you grow up and watch it, you really look at it a certain way. When you get older, you see the flaws in it, but yet you still like it. You know, that makes sense.
Kind of like the movie we watched today. We reviewed today. Yeah.
So yeah.
Or like, yeah. So
we're watching nothing but cult classics to kick off Disney Plus
Disney
celebration.
Cult
Yeah.
classic
Jeez,
November.
You too.
So
God,
well,
you're
you
killing
kind
me.
of you threw Tron out there pre-show, so this is kind of your fault.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, you did.
Lies. No, I'm joking.
But Tron's a good movie. I just threw out Jeff Bridges reference.
I'm looking forward to rewatching this personally.
And then,
I've only seen it since I was a kid.
You haven't seen it in a while. I've seen it recently. It
have to rewatch it.
It does hold up well. It's good. And for reference, watch Tron Legacy while you're at it, just to see how they compare.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to talk Tron next week on the show, so that should be a fun one. And make sure you guys go to the rebelradiopodcast.com and check out our Patreon. Join it.
Join it.
Or else.
Any tier.
Yeah. No, we really do appreciate it. And follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and all that good stuff.
Tweeter.
I call it Tweeter. We even have an Instagram, which, you know, you'll find little video clips of each episode up there on our Instagram. So it's pretty cool. Cool stuff.
Pretty wizard.
And yeah, pretty wizard. And we promise you there are no nude photos on our Twitters or Instagram.
No.
Because you wouldn't want to see us naked. That's scary. And I don't know. I'm reaching for humor here. Trying to end the show on a funny note. And I probably just scared people. Every time you move in the chair, it sounds like you're farting.
That'd be a weird fart.
That'd be weird.
A creaky fart.
But thanks as always for listening. We hope you enjoyed
Yes.
listening to us talk about Hercules from Disney and previewing The Mandalorian. We are going to preview The Mandalorian every week. We'll at least talk that week's episode. You're going to download this. So watch it with us and play along and keep up with it. And that's all I got. So until next time, go to rebelradiopodcast.com. This has been Mark.
This has been Matt.
This is long. Retreating.
Thank you as always for listening. And remember, just go there and do it.
Do it.
Hey, you're listening to Rebel Radio Podcast, and this is Jay Muse. Snooch to the nooch. Go there and do it.
Hey, this is Marky Ramone, and you're listening to the Rebel Radio Podcast.